For today's strength training workout, we're going to be focusing on squatting, lunging, and upper body pulling movements that will keep your back and arms really strong. And as always, we'll blend in lots of great core work. So I've got a few things at the ready. I've got a couple sets of dumbbells. They're fairly heavy. I also have a resistance band, the kind with a handle on it. If you don't have all of this stuff right there at the ready, that's okay. You'll be able to do most of this workout regardless. But I also have a foam roller, which we'll just use for a couple of things. So gather your equipment and join me now. We're going to start to get warmed up and loosened up for our workout. So let's reach the arms up overhead and then press your palms away from each other, stretching out your side body. This is a great moment to just welcome in whatever kind of energy that you want to bring into this workout, whatever kind of energy that you want to bring into your day. Go ahead and dive down, take a gentle forward fold. Just let your head be heavy, let your hamstrings lengthen out. And I like to walk my hands from side to side. Feel free to bend your knees. These early movements are just a time to check in with yourself and sort of notice what you're feeling in your body. Notice which joints need a little bit of love. And so I like to do these shoulder rotations. I'll show you the side view. And I've placed my non-moving hand just right across the base of my rib cage. And that's how I kind of know I'm putting all of the effort and movement into the shoulder. So I don't want to see my rib cage rotating at all. So this is a great movement just to notice how your shoulders are feeling. Can you get your arm into this vertical stacked position? That's going to be really important for one of our exercises that we'll do towards the end of this routine. So if you've done a few of those on each side, just join me and let the arms be heavy. We're just kind of twisting at the waist, warming up, noticing if we feel any tightness or stickiness in our obliques and our torso. Yeah. And then let's take another forward fold. This time let's find our toes. So you can bend your knees if you need to. Have your feet wide enough that you can pull your hips down into a deep squat. And then lengthen out the back of the legs again, lengthen out the low back. So coming into that deep squat, maybe even kind of shifting your weight from side to side. Let's loosen up the ankles. Making space in all of our joints. And just waking up, bringing blood flow into the muscles. This is a great way to get started. We don't want to jump in too fast using weights if our bodies feel stiff and sticky, as they often do. So go ahead and roll on up. Okay, we're going to grab the roller. If you have a roller, grab it. If you don't have a roller handy, that's totally okay. You can do a lot of this without it. But I want to warm up our abs. So go ahead and cradle the back of your head here. Maybe you can use either a rolled up mat or a pillow or a rolled up towel if you don't have a roller. But go ahead and just let your back arch over the roller, expanding the ribs, and then exhale, hollow the belly. Think about pulling your belly button down and curling your tailbone up, and then letting that tailbone curl back down towards the floor. So we're really starting to activate the abs. Bringing some breath in, expanding on all sides, and then exhale, blow it all out. Okay, so now let's just kind of gently, we'll press into our feet, gently massage your upper back, and then we're going to come back to that little flexion and extension movement. Go ahead and adjust your roller. It should be right around the base of your shoulder blades. And we're going to come back to this, but straighten one leg out, and we're going to add a little bit more core work. So leaning back, and then exhale, elbow towards your opposite knee. Let the leg come down with control. Exhale. Inhale, lower. Exhale, twist. Let's do about 6 to 8. Making sure you're moving slowly enough that you feel in control of the movement both ways, on the lowering and the lifting. I'm going to do one more on this side. All right, other side. So leaning back, let's straighten that leg out and twist. So really think about pulling the belly button down towards the floor. Inhale down. Exhale, twist. Couple more. You got it. I'm using that exhale to really help me engage and compress my abs. Okay, so one more time, just massaging out that upper back. Super nice. Okay, and then we can set the roller to the side. And let's just go ahead and come back to that overhead mobility. Maybe you notice some improvement even just after kind of loosening up the upper back. So do a couple more of these on each side. This is an exercise that it looks so simple, but I've had so much success with myself and with clients who have had just kind of chronic, sticky, achy, painful shoulders, and just resolving that by making it a good habit to do some of that work. So let's grab your band. If you don't have a band handy, you can use a towel for some of these moves. We're just going to begin to practice some of the movement patterns that we'll be doing in our workout. So let's just hold this taut. I'm not really pulling on it or stretching it too much, but I'm just asking my shoulders to kind of engage as I go side to side with this squat. So adding on to that, let's squat and then just kind of rotate. So keeping the shoulders squared up to the band, that's really putting that rotation into your upper back. And it probably goes without saying, but if any of these exercises don't feel good to your body or just don't work for you, skip them. Move on to the next one. Substitute in something that does work well for you. Okay, now we're going to take this and stand on it. So you're going to stand on top of the band. I'm going to show you the side view. So I'm going to move up and down my my mat. So I'm going to start by pulling my handles up. So I've got a little bit of tension here. And then imagining my knees don't bend anymore, I'm just going to take this little awkward monster walk. And what you'll notice right away is the outer hip and glute is starting to fire up. So I'm getting really warm because I'm having to keep my leg locked out against the resistance of this band. Depending on the band you're using, you might not need to pull it up. It might be tight enough if it's right down here, but just play with it. You can try things out for yourself. Okay, let's warm up the upper body a little bit more. So now I've made my band into an X. I'm just going to do a little upright row. Later on, we're going to be practicing some of these same movements with our dumbbells. But take a mental note right now. If you're using a band, take a mental note with how this feels. And you might decide you want to go back to your band later, depending on what dumbbells you have available. So let's do one more like that. And then we're going to switch, take one foot off, switch your grip upright, and we're going to go into a reverse lunge with a bicep curl. So yeah, just kind of getting some practice with some of the movements that we'll be doing in our strength workout. Letting the brain and the muscles connect to each other. All right, other side. Really warming up the biceps. I love it. Keep your core pulling in nice and tight so you feel steady. Ribs down, kind of hollowing out the belly. Chin tucked. Really make that front leg work as you return to standing. I'm going to do one more. Beautiful. Okay, shake it out. We're going to do one last thing. So I'm actually going to double this up. I might regret that later. Whoops. I'm going to come to side view for you guys. So I've got my band under my feet. I'm in a hinge. Imagine that you're in a plank position. I want your ribs tight, spine nice and long, no rounding in your back as you practice this row movement. So I've got a little bit more slack on one side than the other. You can adjust as needed. So just practicing a few of these, warming up the upper body, and again, practicing that core engagement. Imagining you're in a plank. Beautiful. All right, let's let that go. Shake it out. And then we'll go into a little bit more heart rate work. So let's squat and twist. It's a little bit like what we did on the roller, but now we're practicing it with a single leg balance, adding that squat. This is a little bit like a bicycle movement. Inhale down, exhale, twist. Knee to opposite elbow. Let's do one more for each side. Beautiful. Okay. Join me walking out into a plank position. Hold here or add jumping jack feet for 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Take a child's pose. Any stretches that you need, grab a sip of water, and then we'll get started with our first strength block. So So every block, we're going to be doing 3 altogether. Every block, we're going to add some new twists and challenges. So take some mental notes as we go through, noticing how each exercise feels for you in this moment in time. Every single day, every workout is a snapshot in time. Sometimes I need to peel things back and keep it simple. Stay with the basics. It doesn't matter how long I've been working out. It's always appropriate to do that, just depending on how your body's feeling. So pay attention to your body today. And then if you're ready to seize the challenges that I throw at you, go for it. So it's all your choice. But let's start with our heavy weights. We're going to start back in that wide stance. And we're going to do just a lateral squat. Lost my words for a second. So we're bending into one knee. Again, practicing keeping our torso nice and stable as we shift our hips back. Load over that bending knee side. Load your leg and then push into the ground. So inhale down, exhale, push. Depending on how heavy your weights are, let's aim for that 8 to 10 rep range. I think this is my last one here. Good. Okay. Reset the shoulders, tuck your chin, keep those ribs nice and tight. We're going straight to the other side. So inhale down, exhale, push the floor away. Make sure your knees are tracking in the same direction as your toes. So if your knees are shifting in towards the center or wobbling around a lot, let's adjust the placement of your feet a little bit. You could even angle your toe a little bit towards the corner if that helps you with that, okay? So keep your spine nice and long. Keep those shoulder blades pulling together. And I believe that's my last one. Okay, so setting those down, shake out your hands a bit, relax that grip. I'm going to grab my other weights for this next one. We're just going to squat. This is one we're going to build onto quite a bit throughout the workout. So going into our bilateral squat, I went a little bit lighter. Pretty soon you'll see why. But please feel free to challenge yourself. We're just going to stay right here with this squat pattern for 8 to 10 reps. So since I went a little lighter, I'm comfortable going a little bit lower. So make that your challenge. If your weights feel nice and manageable, let's see how low you can go without rounding your back and making sure your heels are staying on the ground, okay? So finishing those up. Next one we're going to do is, again, back to that upright row. So earlier we practiced it with our band. So let's practice with our weights, and then you can decide if your weights feel too light, please grab your band, and let's use that. The motion here, it's like you're pulling up the covers, or like you're flashing someone at Mardi Gras. So we're just pulling those weights straight up the front side of our body, and then lowering them down with control. And notice I'm not ending here with my palm facing you. I'm ending with my palm facing the ground. Okay, so keep going. I think this is my last. Beautiful. Okay, let's set those down. Again, give yourself a little stretch break for your grip. And then we're going to go into some reverse lunging. Let's see. First one we're going to do, we'll go into an offset load. So you've got the weight in one hand. That's going to cause your core to have to stabilize more. So let's use the opposite side leg as our working leg. That means we're going to step back here and then push into the ground. So stepping back, pushing down. We're going to play with this one throughout the workout. Our reverse lunge variations. There's really only a few base movement patterns: lunging, squatting, hip hinging, pushing and pulling. But there are endless ways to mix them up and keep your body adapting to new challenges. So that's what we're going to do a little bit of today, just mix it up. Okay, cool. Other side. So shifting your weight to the other leg. Make sure that you're keeping nice and tall and stack through your torso. Step it back, press the floor. Super nice. You got this. Again, remembering that energy maybe that you thought about in the first moments of this workout. What energy do you want to bring into your day, into your workout, into your life? So breathe that in as you finish your reps. Okay, that's your first block. Not a big deal, right? So let's grab some water. So as we go through round 2, I'll remind you what our first round was in case you want to stay with those movements. But our next one, instead of going into our lateral squat like this with both feet planted, I'm going to invite you to turn this one into a lunge as well. So lunging out and pushing the floor away. So if that feels good for your body, if you can keep your knees stable, then let's grab our weights. We're going to do that again. So make sure you grab 2 of the same weight. So I'm starting heavy. This is my first movement of the round. I want to make sure I'm challenging myself. So I'm going to step and push off. Need a little more room so I don't twist my ankle on that dumbbell. Now notice I'm having to adjust my dumbbells a little bit to bring them to the outside of my body and then bring them into the center. That just adds to the challenge of it. I'll show you another way to hold your dumbbells on the other side. So make this my last one. So another way to hold your dumbbells would be up here, racked. Okay, so getting nice and tight through your torso, chin is tucked, stepping out and pushing off. So you decide which position works for you. You can also do this with body weight only. I definitely still feel it when I'm only using body weight. It's all good. Ugh. Yep, I can feel these heavy weights now. And make that my last one. Okay, so let's set those down. Shake it out. If you need more time to rest between exercises, please take it. You can always hit pause and come back. But I don't want you to get bored, so we're going to keep going. So here we go. We're going back to our squat. This time we're going to add a little bit of rotation. There's some nuance to this, so bear with me. I'm going to show you front view and side view. We're going to sit back and then rotate, pushing through the back toe. So sitting back and rotating the other way. So I want you to imagine that you've got $1 million bill under this foot that's rotating, and it's a windy day. So you need to push down to make sure it doesn't fly off, right? So I don't want to see this or even this. I want you to stay really grounded through both feet so you're super connected to the floor. So sit back and push. Inhale down. Exhale, push. You got this. And last one. Boom. Okay. How'd that go? I hope it felt good. Again, you can always stay with your squat, just keeping your body aligned and skipping the rotation, okay? All right, we're gonna add on, of course, to our upright row. So we had upright row. You can stay with that, or you can join me in doing a row and then a hip hinge with a reverse fly. So pulling up those covers and then pinching your shoulder blades together. I want you to make sure, if you're doing the add-on, the reverse fly, that you're able to keep your wrist really strong and straight throughout that movement. Sometimes having that dumbbell in your hand and kind of reaching the weights out it's tempting to let the wrist get really floppy. And then we start to get into some other muscles really just in our forearm, and we don't get all that upper back work that we want. Okay, so think about that as you get ready to do our next variation on our reverse lunge. So we practiced the reverse lunge before with just the one weight. That's actually pretty advanced. You can always grab 2 weights and go side to side, left to right, alternating. But if you want a new challenge, grab your band. Hopefully you can anchor it to something down low, maybe like the leg of a desk or a heavy sofa or something like that. So now we're gonna face our anchor knit your ribs together. We're going to do a reverse lunge with a bicep curl here. So this is probably a little bit less load on the leg, but more for the core and the upper body. So you can choose your challenge on this. Try it out. We've got lots of lower body work in this workout. So you can choose which one you want to lean into. More legs or more core and upper body. Let's do a couple more. I truly can't count when I'm talking. All right, I'll make this my last one right here. Boom. Okay. Shake out those arms. Take a little water break. This is a perfect time to kind of assess how things are feeling, which exercises you want to embrace, going back to the basics, staying with one variation or the other, or of course I've got a couple new things to sprinkle in for you. So grab your water and let's get to it. So our last round, we had our, I'll show with body weight, we had our squat, lateral squat, or option to turn that into a lateral lunge. Now you have the option to do your lateral lunge and couple it with a curtsy lunge. So if you're ready for that, join me. I'm going to go for it with my heavy weights. I know I'm going to feel this tomorrow, but I want to make myself proud in this moment. So it would be easy to grab the light weights and not break a sweat for you on camera, but I'm going for it. I'm totally sweating, okay? So ribs down, chin down, lunge out. And then if you're doing that add-on, do the curtsy. Since this is sort of a double exercise, I'm going to do 6 of each. So it's really like 12 lunges on this side and 12 on the other side. All right, 2 more for me. You know it's hard when I'm actually counting. Oh yeah. There we go. Woo! Lost my balance. I was a little nervous about stepping on that. Okay. If you need to shake your arms out for a second, do it. And then we'll reset. Go the other side. Ready? Here we go. Step it out. Step it back. Notice I'm doing a little tap just to make sure I'm balanced. Again, I've got all these things around me. Thanks for bearing with me. Wyatt's supposed to be my assistant, but he's not very effective. He's just here for the face licks afterwards. Oh yeah. Okay. I think that's 6 each way. Thank goodness. Okay. So let's catch our breath. You're going to need it. So our next exercise, last couple rounds, your options were to have your weights here and do a basic squat or add your rotation, right? Or we can add a rotation with an overhead press. This is why we were working on our overhead mobility. So bear with me. We're going to go over the form on this one with a little bit more detail really quick. So as you press into the floor and rotate, I want your arm going straight up. Everyone I first teach this to wants to go like this and create a straight line between their hand and their back foot so that their arm is out here. But that puts a lot of strain on your shoulder. So practice with me without weights. Sit back and punch the sky, okay? So if you're going to try that option, grab your weights. Let's go. Your heart rate's going to come up with this one, I promise. So here we go. We're going to sit back, rotate and press. And press. So really think about getting your hip to rotate around to the side wall, wherever you are, or the side of your mat. Inhale down, exhale, press. You got it. I'm going to do a couple more. Make sure you're not losing your core. Just keep those ribs tight. Keep exhaling on the way up. Whew, how'd that go? All right. I hope you're feeling good. Let's do a nice little recovery moment since that's a lot on our shoulders. So take a moment To add in some of those shoulder rotations, you can hear how hard I'm breathing. That is real. I'm doing this workout right there with you. Okay. So shake it out. If you need any more rest time or a stretch at all, please take it. Otherwise, let's go right back to this upright row with the reverse fly. Okay, I like side view for you. Whoops. Hinge and fly. And again, you are welcome to take any version of this that works for you. So if you like just the reverse fly and the upright row is not working so great, go for it. Stick with the reverse fly, just do reps there. You can truly make this your own workout. Oh yeah. Ugh. Last couple reps. Boom. Okay. Set that guy down. Shake out your hands. We're going to need them again. We're going to be gripping just a little bit longer. So we've practiced reverse lunges with the dumbbell, with one dumbbell. We've practiced reverse lunges with our band, giving us more of a core challenge. Now let's kind of put those together. I'm going to hold my lighter weights. We're going to do a reverse lunge to a balance and a bicep curl. So alternate sides. See if you can arrive in a balance. Totally okay to tap down for balance. And just switch back and forth. So as you step back, load the front leg and then push into the ground. Keep your core nice and tight. Woo! This little breeze going right now. I'm so grateful for it. Feels amazing. That's a good reminder as we sort of start to near the end of this workout. It's a great time to express some gratitude to your body. Think about things in your life that you're grateful for and why it matters so much that you do this, that you take care of yourself, that you stay fit and strong so that you can be there for all the things and the people that bring you joy. So with that in mind, go ahead and set your weights down. Let's take our palms and twist them back so your thumb twists behind you. Drop your shoulders down. Let's stretch out the bicep a little bit. We've done a lot of bicep work today. Roll your chin a bit. But don't get too excited. We're not quite done yet. We've got a little bit of work to do to finish this off. So grab some water. Think about how far your body's gotten you. I know that you can make it absolutely to the end of this workout. All right, so for our finisher, we've got 2 exercises. We're going to do 10 reps of the first one and 5 reps of the second one. Here's what they are. We're going to start with skaters. So going side to side. I encourage you to make these as big and powerful as you can. So we'll do 10 each way. And then we're going to do a variation on a burpee. I know. You can do this. We're only doing 5, so you can either step back, come all the way to your belly, reach your arms up, pull your elbows together, reach out, plant your hands, come up and jump. Or, of course, you can do the hop back, reach, pull. So that's one way we can make our burpee a little bit more upper back focused, just to kind of emphasize all that upper back work that we've already been doing to finish that off. So join me now. Get ready. You've made it this far. You absolutely can do this. So ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's your 10 skaters. Here we go. 5 times to the floor. You remember, you can step back 1 foot at a time and hop up. That's 1. Reach. Pull your elbows together. That's 2. Think about using your upper back posture muscles here. 3. Did I tell you we're just doing 2 rounds? Just 2 rounds. 4. I believe in you. You can do this. And 5. Okay, let's take about a 10, 15 second break to catch our breath. Wipe your sweat. Hope you're glistening with me. All right, round 2. Finish line is right there. Let's sprint towards it. Here we go. Ready? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, ready? Hit the deck with me. Let's go. Reach, pull, and jump. 1. Reach, pull. That's 2. You got this. Stay with it. Woo! 4. Oh yeah. And 5. Oh my gosh. That got me going. My heart rate's way up. So if you're with me, give yourself a moment to recover that heart rate. And then we're going to do some nice stretching. So grab a quick sip of water. And then let's get our band. Hey, Wyatt. So find your band. We're going to bring this band up and over and then just kind of lean. I'm applying just a little bit of tension onto it, kind of pulling on that bottom arm to emphasize the stretch up here in my upper back. So you can play with this. See what helps you feel a good stretch. Yeah. And then let's just go up and over a couple times. So again, this kind of gets into the biceps that we worked. Oh yeah. Definitely going to feel this one tomorrow. And I'm good and sweaty. All right, set your band down. We'll be back to it in just a second, but let's just hug our elbow across our chest, making sure that your shoulder's not up here. You want to pull your shoulder down away from your ear. Yeah. You did so great. If you made it this far with me, no matter what it looked like, it was perfect. This and every workout you will ever do, again, it's a snapshot in time. It's mostly about the time that you take to be with yourself, to give yourself energy, to give yourself an opportunity to tune in. Squeeze your glute here. Let's shift forward. Open up that hip flexor. Just explore what it feels like to do these things and then keep coming back to your body and taking care of it and challenging it and celebrating everything it can do. That's what this is about. All right, so to the degree that you're able, shift back, stretch out that hamstring. Yeah. And then let's do the same thing on the other side. So coming to that kneeling position, squeeze your glute, shift up forward. You'll feel the front of your hip. Whew. Oh yeah. And then shift back. So good. Definitely thankful for that breeze. Here it comes. Okay, and then coming onto your back, let's find a figure 4 position. So threading the needle through. Try to keep your ankle straight rather than kind of flexing it in and letting your foot be floppy. Kind of make your ankle strong. That'll actually help you feel the stretch a little bit more. So if you're not already, please be sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel so that whenever I post future workouts, you'll get notified about those. And I would love your feedback. Please leave me a comment, question, if there's anything that you would like me to cover in a future workout or any concerns that you have about just functional fitness and mobility and strength. I'd love to hear what those questions are so that I can address those for you, because I truly do design these workouts and post them to serve others. So I want to serve you. If this is helpful, go ahead and you can see I grabbed my band. I've just gone ahead and linked it under my shoe, and let's again just drop the shoulders away from your ears. Get a little deeper in your hamstring. Take a moment to now really focus on letting your breath slow down. Bring your heart rate down a bit. I like to go into a little bit deeper twist for my hips. Yeah, and just see if you can keep the shoulders both down. Just let this hip kind of drop. Whew. Yeah. Feels so nice. Okay, so same thing on the other side. Drop your shoulders. See if you can make each breath maybe just one beat longer. And let it go. Just letting our nervous system kind of recalibrate. We went into a stress state, and now we can teach our body how to come out of stress, which is so important to practice. Just every opportunity we can, just allowing our nervous system to kind of like reset and calm down. So I've gone into that twist. Yeah. Did we do the figure 4 on this side? I think we did. Okay, if we didn't, please grab that now. All right, and then join me here. Take a nice big inhale. Send some love and gratitude to your body. Bringing your hands to your heart. And just know I am so grateful for you. I'm grateful for you joining me and being part of my community. I hope this workout leaves you feeling energized, empowered, and feeling great for the rest of your day.